A life of sexual escapades with multiple men without any kind of emotional involvement is the antithesis of the female mating strategy. In other words, a woman sleeping around goes against natural law. Every single time a new man enters into a woman, she becomes less emotionally available. The term hoe phase might come off as a strong phrase for some people, but it describes a period of many modern women's lives. And unfortunately, it relates to a very real reality about dating and relationships today.
Guys, I promise you this. I can go on Instagram and go live with the show talking about women and high body counts, and every time the show will get wild. It's always a bunch of women up in there trying to convince the guys that body count doesn't matter. And they always up in there talking about, well, why should a man be worried about a woman's body count? He must be insecure as a man. Why should a woman be judged on how many partners she had? And on and on and on and on. Man, this is a very, very touchy subject to a lot of women. Why wouldn't it be, since we're in the hookup culture?
The majority of girls grow up and are thrown into a world that values them for their beauty and sexuality without them having to actually put in any effort. This causes an inflated sense of self and places an extreme importance on the need of being wanted and desired. So women start leading with their sexual alter ego. They start equating their value to their sexual desirability. Just a few decades ago, girls would use their innate maternal and wifely skills when getting a quality man to commit to them.
Now, I heard a lot of guys say that they'd rather have a woman that is able to sexually express herself, and they would rather be with a woman that has experience than a virgin. Guys, how foolish does that sound? I mean, I have to be honest with you, man. In this culture, most likely you're not going to find a virgin. But guys, we don't have to make that acceptable. We don't have to make that acceptable. You see, women today think that they can grab a quality guy by being sexually promiscuous, sexually free, and have the ability to take off their clothes in front of the world on social media, and that gives them so much confidence in themselves, and they think that that qualifies them to be a wife. The hell with having nurturing attributes. The hell with that. I just need to be sexually expressive, and I should be able to grab a quality guy. That's the way they think.
But now that all standards on social conduct have completely come off and sleeping around is more socially acceptable than ever before, a lot of women have fell into the trap of self-gratification and impulsive pleasure with complete disregard for its consequences later on in life. Sleeping around for women in their youth is way too easy, and it's hard to respect something that comes too easy. Even from a biological and evolutionary standpoint, a life of sexual escapades with multiple men without any kind of emotional involvement is the antithesis of the female mating strategy. In other words, a woman sleeping around goes against natural law. Scarcity creates value, and girls are depleting their value by making themselves too easily available to men. They don't realize what's waiting for them at the end of an exciting 10 years or so. They're met with a ruined reputation and a slaughtered self-image. All of their encounters with men has led them to believe that all men want is one thing and that all men are the same, because her perception of men is now extremely skewed.
The bottom line to all this, man, is women want to sleep around with no consequences. And then when they get pregnant, contract a disease, end up mentally and emotionally broken. They want to blame everybody but themselves. Listen, guys, we may not be able to save this generation from the hookup culture, but hopefully we can teach our daughters to have some respect about themselves and become suitable wives for our son. Guys, won't you leave me a comment, man, and let me know what y'all think about it.